Hi. Hello. Geezer and Gertrude here. We're off to an adventure today.
We are at the Lime Kiln Trail in the Robe Canyon Regional Park, just outside of Granite Falls, Washington. We're here to check on the people who don't know how to pick up their pet's poop. It is a beautiful day, September 15th, 11:22 in the a.m. We're going to go hike down to the old Everett to Monte Cristo Railroad and out to where there was a lime kiln, hence the Lime Kiln Trail. Part of the old Everett to Monte Cristo Railroad line. First part will be up for a couple hundred feet, then down for 600 feet, and then the straight rail grade along the Stillaguamish River. Look how green it is in here. It's really, really green in here. This green is unbelievable. The old stump over there has all the springboard cuts in it. Look around, there's several springboard cuts in it. There's nothing right here. You can see it right there. It's really cool. That was a big boy. Can you imagine how green it is in here? Look at all this.
Mm-hmm.
You could call this the Lime Green Trail.
That's true.
Don't look now. What we're seeing in the creation, a moment of pure brilliance, a first-person action cam happening live right in front of us. It's a wondrous thing. This is a first-person action cam of a first-person action cam. I believe this is a first in history. Woody the woodpecker gets around in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, stay on the trail. Private property.
We just topped out at this hill back down there. We are finding late summer blackberries along the trail. Are still delicious. And
Blackberry trail eating rule number 1. Nothing waist high or lower. Waist high or lower. Think real hard. You'll know the answer why. This video is going to be part of our ongoing adventure series examining and exploring the route from Everett to Monte Cristo along the old Everett to Monte Cristo Railway. Monte Cristo is a gold mining town, the way eastern edge of Snohomish County. In the 1890s, they put a bunch of gold mines in up there, the huge processing plant. And they needed a way to get the ore out to the smelters in Everett, so investors made the Everett to Monte Cristo Railroad. And this trail is going to tie into a portion of that rail line. You can see right here, we're going to head down the hill towards the rail grade now, 600 feet down. That way. It's really quiet out here. In the spirit of Rod Serling, we're coming to a fork in the road. What do you have going on here? Looks like we have private property to the right. Lucky Every now and then you come across an old sentinel in the woods. Look at that cedar tree, or what's left of it. I came around this corner and saw that, and I actually burst out. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Look at the remains of that cedar tree. Been burned out in the middle or rotted out. Look at that thing. Unbelievable. Holy hell. This tree was a beast. Not taken by man. Nope. This tree came down, it looks to be like it's burned out in the middle. It might have been a lightning strike. Everything's beautiful in its own way. This little mushroom garden growing in down here.
All right, well, trail has changed yet again, and we are now down in the Robe Canyon area. And you can see that you're definitely in a canyon. This is the canyon wall next to us here. And here's the trail, but it's definitely rocky. And look at this beautiful maple tree next to us. So the trail does a lot of changing as it progresses along.
Gertrude just said the same thing I was thinking. Look how dark this section gets. Look how dark it gets in here. I don't know where you stand, any of you who ever watched this video, on the idea of a large primative hominid, cryptoid. Higher. Let's get sidetracked by the side of this stump first. Look at the size of this cedar stump. Anyway, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you call it. This is squatchy. We've reached the Hubbard Creek Bridge over a little dry now water drain. We're working our way down to the mighty Stillaguamish River, which when the Everett to Monte Cristo Railroad was built, the load of local indigenous persons told them they were silly for trying to come up the river valley because it was a raging torrent. They disregarded local knowledge, and over the course of 3 to 5 years paid the price of their rail line getting washed out several times by winter torrents down the river canyon. We'll see that canyon here in a little while. It'll be better captured on the Robe Canyon Trail. That's where the tunnels and the heavy washouts were. They had to end up concreting in the rail bed, the ties down to the rock bed so that it wouldn't get washed away every year. The torrents liked the train tunnels because it gave it a nice area to flow through, so the train tunnels would get washed out with high pressure water coming through it. It was a complete failure. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
First person action cam.
First person action cam.
First person action cam, activate. thank you for joining us for this session of First Person Action Cam. I'd like to thank you for coming by and enjoying our services, and we hope you come back again for our next round. I'm going to take this opportunity to say, if you're still watching along and you enjoy this kind of content, if anybody ever watches this, please like and share and leave us a comment. It doesn't cost you anything. A few seconds of your day helps us out. We just want to share the beauty of the Pacific Northwest with everybody. As we enjoyed ourselves on our adventures, we want you guys to enjoy it too. More signage for us to take a look at. Everett and Monte Cristo Railway grade, 1892 to 1893, abandoned in 1934. Remove no artifacts. There's the Stillaguamish River down there. We're still 120 feet above it. We're going to continue on the rail grade here. And first of many of what were, I guess, small little trestle crossings and things. This is where they would have had one at one time. Gonna come across this gap. I bet you if you got a metal detector up here, you could find metal down in this gap. And we keep going on.
This is limestone. And what you're seeing here is the problem that they had with this railway, this being the railway. You've got water seeping through the limestone there, and then you see all this fallout on the trail.
There would have been a train trestle bridge here, crossing this gap. You can see at one time, or they would have put a culvert or something through here. That, however, is long gone. Road continues over there, and the river's down there. Map says we are 1/10 of a mile away, 500 feet from the lime kiln. I'll walk a bit. I will come back when I get halfway there and take you on a first-person action cam on the way,
No way.
into the kilns. We'll be back. I give you the lime kiln.
Built in the 1890s, this kiln cooked limestone into lime, which was taken by the Everett and Monte Cristo Railway to Everett for use in smelting ore. This trail mostly follows the path that the lime cooked here would travel before the kiln and railway were abandoned in 1934.
Down below here we have some saw blades. And some artifacts that have been picked up and found. Some metal pieces, bands. This was all hand built. There's no machines, bulldozers back then, over 100 years ago, that would have stacked these rocks. These were all built by human hand, carried in and stacked. Some more artifacts in there. Big old saw blade and the actual oven itself. So based on what we've read, the lime was used for smeltering process of the other minerals and ore in the area that were found.
Here's a quick explanation on how the lime kiln operated.
His private basin had channels cut right to the tops of the lime kilns, so the limestone and coal could be barrowed directly into the tops of the kiln pots. Alternate layers of limestone and coal were burned at very high temperatures so that the hard stone crumbled, becoming quicklime. People shoveled the quicklime from the draw holes at the bottom of the kilns into wagons on metal rails.
Okay, it is 2:15. It's been 3 hours since we started. We spent about half hour or 40 minutes at the kilns checking it out. And we're heading back. 2.5 miles thereabouts, I think. We'll see how this goes. May find a spot along the way to pop the drone out, fly out over the river, get a gander about where we are in the world. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, if you're looking for proof that we are on the rail line, take a look at that. Just laying here in a little stream along the trail. That is a rail, part of a rail, twisted rail. David's just telling me it disappears underneath the bridge there. Oh, right there, right along the edge there. And curves around right up there. Good find. And there's a spike. It's very fairy or hobbit-ish.
Still hiking our way out. We stopped in 2 places and got a little drone time in. Stepped off to a flat spot, found a geocache. That was cool. Still working our way out. Pretty funny. We're coming to the end of our little soiree here in the Robe Canyon Regional Park. We're on a flat part of the trail and we'll be exiting here soon to eat. So there you go. Let me flip this around, and Geezer and Gertrude, we're pretty much done here. And that's about it for me.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you on the next venture.